Welcome to the Sports Corner from the 216, the podcast where we talk Cleveland sports, Browns, Cavs, Guardians, and more. Call in after you text 216-716-3005. Drop your takes and let's get into it. Live from the 216. I'm Ricky D, and we've got a show for you today. What up? What up? What up? It's your boy. It's your boy, Ricky D. This is the Think and Reflect podcast show. I mean, sports. Hey, there I go bloopering already. But don't forget to go stream some of them Think and Reflect podcast episodes on YouTube. But yeah, this your boy, Ricky D. Sports Corner from the 216. On today's show, because I've been missing the action. I know it's been a couple weeks, y'all. But we talking that Shedeur debate, the shuffling of the cards. The Browns got something going on. It look like it might be a change of energy. What you guys think? What's your thoughts? SC216. Shedeur Sanders. That boy Shedeur came in the game trying to do something. Did he do something or did he? Or what did he do? Shedeur. Check out some things real quick, y'all. Before we get into the show, always make sure you like and subscribe, follow, become a member to our Patreon account where we'll soon be uploading exclusive content. Sports Corner from the 216. Make sure you scan that QR code. Yeah, Shedeur. He's starting this week. It's time to see what we got. Cause you know Dylan was cool, but he wasn't knocking it out the box. It's sad the way Shedeur had to get his opportunity because you don't ever want to see nobody get hurt. But at the same time, we got to see what we got to see. Can't keep praying for something to change, then it look like it's not getting better. You feel me? Sports Corner from the 216 with your boy Ricky D. Clap it up. Yeah, but in other news, of course, we know Shador starting, and I know not to keep saying Cavs the other night though, because I supposed to did this show, this actual show. I supposed to did this a few days ago. I've been procrastinating, taking care of other things, but I still should have knocked it out. But I'm here now, and I like them. I like them Cavs. Them city jerseys. Them some nice jerseys. Let me get y'all if y'all ain't seen them yet. And they got a win too in the city jerseys. That's that boy Evan Mobley rocking rocking that city jersey. You know you can text 216-716-3005. 771-716-3005. Sports Corner from the 216. Yeah, them city jerseys was looking kind of good. Y'all rolling with Shador, y'all. I'm pretty sure y'all tuning in this weekend. Who don't want to see what Shador got in store? Like the local dudes say on the local radio station, they say Shador hate us. Should hate us. Shout out Nick Wilson. The with the should hate us. Also, the Guardians, go Guardians. This still my team. But yeah, Stephen Vogt was named American League Manager of the Year, even though the Guardians been going through some hardship with the fact that two of they rotation or the save Classe is the save and the other guy he's part of the bullpen, but he's not the closer. Classe top of the line closer. Sports Corner from the 216 Lynn streaming live. We on Facebook, YouTube, and you can catch us on Twitch. Yeah, them city jerseys was looking good. I don't care what nobody say. Them city jerseys was. And what was the score? They lost last night though to Houston. They had the throwbacks on last night. I remember I had one of them jerseys back in the day when LeBron left. We was hanging out in the bar. I don't know how I ended up putting it in the bar. Where was I at to have that jersey on me at? But I laid it in the bar on some. That was the moment I learned to not be emotionally attached. You're gonna have your emotional moments, but when you get emotionally attached to your sports teams, you do some things you might read. I don't want to use the word regret, but you might like to rethink doing it. You might want to do it differently. Let me see what's going on. Wherever you at, if you're on Facebook, YouTube, wherever you at, checking in, you can chat, hit the chat box with your opinion on what's going on, how you feel about Shador Sanders being the starter for the Cleveland Browns. It's national news because, of course, everybody been waiting on Shador to see what he could do. Now it's time to see. But watching, I don't want to really get into the Shador top yet. I'm gonna say that for a little bit later. But yeah, There's been some other news going on around in the NFL. Odell Beckham just got back from his suspension, but he got a certain amount of teams, a few teams that he prefer to go to. Also, Brandon Cooks, another veteran receiver, him and the Saints, they had a mutual agreement to cut ties, but he probably want to go to a winner. That would have good that Brandon or Odell. Them would have been some good. Either one would be a good veteran to put in there with them receivers. We got a solid receiving core, but we we need to pick up some. I made a little list from the draft, but I'm gonna get into that a little later. Aaron Rodgers hurt, but it's his ninth throwing hand. But the Steelers still won this weekend, so it ain't affect them. They got a 2 game lead in the conference, and even though the Browns got 2 wins, they still somewhat in the race based off of wins and losses in the division. Like it's crazy. We got one of the worst divisions. The Bengals lost their quarterback. Lamar was hurt a couple weeks. We really almost had that game too last week, but Shador had to. It's like he had to catch a rhythm, and the rhythm didn't catch until it was almost too late. And then looking at film, it was a couple of plays he could have made that could have extended the opportunity, but you only learn from your lessons. So I expect him to do better. And it's against the Raiders at that. Let me see, I got some more notes. Yeah, it's against the Raiders. They was trying to throw Watson in the mix. Eventually Watson they're gonna have to make a decision on him. But that's another topic though. Let me keep going with this national sport news we got. I also read this article where they asked Austin Reeves of the Los Angeles Lakers. So they asked, I guess he was asked who was the best player that he's ever witnessed or in NBA history. He said LeBron, and and most of the teammates in the locker room would consider LeBron to be the greatest basketball player of all time. And basically, I just seen both of them. Jordan had more of a fire to him, but when it comes to a complete skill set, it's LeBron. And to this day, even years ago when I first, because LeBron just did his 23rd. He just he debated his 23rd season, 23 seasons. He broke the record, and he is I think he had 11 and 12 was his stat line. He probably had a couple steals more on LeBron, but just off of my own view of the two, I think LeBron a better player too overall. And I always looked at LeBron as a souped up Magic Johnson. Not um him and Jordan, they have 2 different games. So if you had to really truly compare LeBron to a NBA player from the past, I would go with Magic Johnson. I never seen what's the one guy? Oscar Robertson. I never seen him play. Some say him and Westbrook is more comparable. But LeBron is in his own class. The one thing that kind of diminishes LeBron's greatness is how many times he's lost, and the fact that he has went to other teams to stack that team to win a championship. He don't know his legacy would have been better with maybe majority of his years in Cleveland and one championship than jumping around from teams to team. So, hey Brian, skill set wise, but when it comes to like faithfulness. Kobe might even be before you. Shit, Steph Curry. Steph Curry been with the same team his whole career, exactly like Kobe. Jordan did also. He retired, but he came back. But then he took on a management position, and he came out of retirement to play for the Wizards, trying to help the team get ahead. That was his best way of basically managing the team. Hey, Jordan, you diminished your legacy a little bit doing that. But when it's all said and done,
Awesome!
you did your thing, man. You got 6 championships, 3 in a row. I think what is the Lakers the only other team to three-peat, or is it? But I know it's Chicago for sure. And also in other news, Cade Cunningham of the Detroit Pistons, Cleveland, Detroit, we like cousins or something. But this guy did an interview. I think it was with Kevin Durant. Speaking of Houston, they won, but Cade Cunningham said in the draft he was hoping not to come to Cleveland. Hey, you probably wish you was here now, huh, buddy? Cade Cunningham. But anyhow, he got a new Nike deal. 6 years. I ain't really get the whole numbers, the total, but he got a little signature. It look like a 5-point star or something. I don't know what it's supposed to represent. I should have did more detail, more research. But yeah, man. This the Sports Corner from the 216, man. I need y'all to tap on in 216-716-3005 to join the show. Or you can comment if you're tuning in live. Yeah, they trying to get Watson. I almost forgot I was talking about Watson a little bit. He got like a little window, but eventually Watson they gonna have to do something with Watson. They gonna have to put him in the game, put him on the bench. If I was Watson, man, I'd just go ahead, do some type of deal to get out the contract and go see what they got for me out there in free agency. Because I don't think it'd take for no more quarterbacks to be available for Watson to get back on the court. Seriously. I mean on the field. I said, hey, they must do the Cavs. I think no, they play tomorrow, Indiana, the Cavs. Shop Bavaria's clothing collection. Bavaria just designed these new shoes. They need 7 pre-orders to get them in production. Would you get a pair of these Bavaria's Italy? Handmade in Italy per shoe. It's not like a mass production. The shoe is designed. You get the opportunity to place your order. I'm gonna leave the link in the description on YouTube. So if you're a YouTuber, make sure if you like these, get you a pair. They go with the new city jerseys. The Bavaria, Italy, Bavaria shoes, Bavaria's clothing collection. To rule the kingdom, you must tame the jungle. Hashtag brain set at Bavaria's clothing collection on Instagram. what's going on though, man? Kate Cunningham kind of disappointed me a little bit. But in other news around the world, entertainment wise, Billie Eilish, y'all know that's my girl. She got the I think what's Billie Eilish song? The man, hold up, cause this my cut too. Y'all gotta be patient with. She got a couple of songs, but this the one, the most recent one. That she got a new one, but the new song is cool too, though. But it's a little too soft. Oh yeah, Birds of a Feather. Birds of a Feather. I do not own the rights to this song. This is my cut though. Yeah, I heard on the radio while I listened to the radio. She actually didn't even like the song, but today is the biggest song she ever did. And you know, Billie Eilish, she been around a few years. She got a couple of hits, but they say that's the biggest one ever. She ain't even like it. But anyhow, she called Elon Musk selfish. Said he a wealth hoarder. Like, hey, since I was young too, I always be like, man, when people be like so rich, they should always have some type of something where they donate, where they helping, giving back. When I first got into business, that was one of the first things I thought about was, hey man, if I'm gonna be in business, I gotta have some type of way to give back. Everything don't go as planned, but as long as you stick to the plan, well, you know, keep your goals and focus. But it was a long story. Me and my partner and my old friend of mine, by the way, rest in peace with always. But another one of our friends, close friends, anyhow, he come up with the push, man. He say push. I wasn't familiar with the push coalition. I just was thinking of a name to make the nonprofit. So he like, yeah, I'm like, oh yeah, let's run with that. You know what I'm saying? So I do my research, you know, because I'm in the marketing. I do my research, and then this guy basically the repo. Man, I'm like, man, this can't be real. So what I did was, while I was in my little situation some years ago, I'm sitting there. So I come up with the acronym for PUSH to change it. You know, People United Serving, not People United Serving People. I mean, Prosperity, Unity, Salvation, and Humility. That was the acronym that I came up with. But then when I settled down and started paying attention to everything, it was a lot of people using the push acronym, like, you know, push. It was a lot of people using. I'm like, man, you know what? I don't even want to be part of that. So I did some deep thinking and I came up with Together for One, the foundation, a nonprofit organization out to help inner city youth ages 8 to 18, boys and girls, learn entrepreneurial and leadership skills, teaching them to become influential, influential, influential individuals. We strive to be one. But yeah, man, if you go to Together for One Foundation YouTube page. You can go to the link in the bio and donate. All proceeds will go to funding for location and equipment to enhance and make the program get off the ground, because I've really just been structuring it and I haven't actually, but you will be able to track your donations. You could become a member or a mentor or just contribute to the growth. But that's Together for One Foundation. We strive to be one. Oh, also, you know what else happened in culture, like um current events? The the Ukraine unleashed 30,000 drones on Moscow. Man, see, we be so busy. That's why I'm making sure I incorporate current events. Even though I'm talking sports with y'all, I love sports and everything, but we still need to kind of be aware of what's going on. And that's kind of spooky right there. 30,000 drones, 30,000. I don't care if it was the Mavic Mini. Just imagine 30,000 of them just flying through, dropping bombs, and it had to be bigger than that to drop it. So whatever it does, so that's just a sign to let you know that it's a way for them to get to something. So but in America we have some type of defense system to where we they detect stuff before it gets so close it don't even make it across the water. So hey, we excuse me, our country, we got everything got pros and cons, but man, when you start weighing the pros over the cons for living in the United States of America, because you know United States, that's another story. But if you know, you know. But it's pros and cons, man, and most of the pros outweigh the cons. It's just to appreciate the pros, you have to be more of a go getter. You know what I'm saying? Like I always tell people, I got the theory: easy, simple, and adventurous. Easy, I live that life. It usually end up in some people make it through, but most people they either end up incarcerated, some type of bad habit, or not even here today. You know, a few make it, they get to live their life, start whatever they was, because most people when they jump out there, they usually got a reason, like they have an end goal. But what I learned over time, like going through behavior modification programs, is that you could get caught up in the actual lifestyle, which they say can be worse than being addicted to an actual drug. So you got to be careful out there, when you try things. But the easy usually come with the consequence. Simple, I feel like is really the best way to live life, because you got to go through your steps of school, through your child years, then the so-called adult years. You either can go to college, pick up a trade, some type of skill set, which prepares you to live a life. So in the process of living like that, you could go, you get you a home, eventually get you a nice dream car, take some vacations. But once you get that understanding that simple is the best way to live life, then you could be a little bit adventurous, where you could take chances and build things that might last past you, not you know what I'm saying, that live on after you're gone. I'm in adventurous stage right now. Sometimes adventurous stage gets a little occupied and chaotic, but like if you follow me on Facebook, chaos to me creates confidence. So if you could go through it, you can grow through it. Like my little dude show from Columbus always used to say, you got to go through to grow through. Let me I'd say in this segment, I'm gonna prep it. I ain't prep as good as I should have, but right here, I'm about to find a local restaurant. I'm gonna give them a free shout out or maybe I might just. No, I'm gonna just pick something random. Man, I did not know. Hold up, Valley View, Rockside. Oh yeah, they do got the yours truly. See, I'm a yours truly guy though. They be having some good breakfast. So for today's shout out for local restaurants, I don't know if yours truly made it out because I know there's one in Chagrin Falls, there's one downtown Cleveland, and it's another one. It used to be one on Shaker Square. That's another restaurant. I should have shot them out. But yeah, this yours truly off of Rockside Road. Let me get the exact address for you guys if you're planning on going there for a meal. If you stay in the Independence Valley View, Garfield, Parma area, yours truly, 811 Rockside Road, Valley View, Ohio. It closes at 9 p.m. every night. Yeah, I usually used to go to them for breakfast. That's yours truly. That is the local restaurant of the day. I'm still working on like a regular date and time I want to do the show. So that's why it's a good thing to like and subscribe on YouTube. Maybe become a member on Patreon, like follow on Facebook and other social media platforms. We're basically on the most major Twitter, TikTok. Of course, again, we on Twitch. If you're a streamer, a Twitcher, we over on Twitch. Yeah, but that's all I got for current events today. But with that, we're gonna go and get off into this topic. Shador with his first NFL start coming this Sunday against the Las Vegas Raiders. We trying to find out what y'all feel. What's your thoughts? SC216 hashtag to engage. Yeah, Shador did like he did a good, just getting to the point. The boy, the young man, he did a decent job that just had been thrust into a situation because nobody expected. But hey, knowing me and my conspiracy theory ass, hey, when when they was like Shador about to start and I seen him coming out, I'm like, man, this ain't nothing but a script. Of course, they got to go out there and play, but the storyline sometimes I think is kind of like because it's all entertainment, but it's good entertainment. But when Shador got out there, man, he. I thought it was going down because he completed that first pass. I say, okay, Shador, let's go. Then he got a little too happy feet. You know what I'm saying? That's his flaw, man. He got to stop drifting back. He got to learn to step up in the pocket or step out of the pocket, but don't fade back because the fade back causes 10, 12, 13 yard sacks. And you don't want to make it harder. If anything, throw the ball away or take a short yardage sack. You try not to take no sacks, but yeah, but Dylan Gabriel, we hope you get better soon. And, I kind of knew more than likely to see Shador any sooner than they was saying maybe he might get the last 4 games. But for us to have been able to see him any sooner, it was gonna take an injury. And then because Dylan just ain't, I could take him as a solid backup. Like he come in, run the play, keep the game going, don't get out of hand, you know. But that offense, that ain't no offense you want to just keep like tuning into. You gonna be like, man, I can't do this no more. You've been to cut the game off. Luckily, we got a good enough defense to where it keep the game exciting enough to watch. But Dylan Gabriel was born. I don't care what nobody say. But then when you listen to like the local, it's almost like they on a script too. I got my opinion, but for real, that man, they don't be making no sense. But in the previous episode, I was talking about how maybe they should use them draft picks to maybe trade for a veteran tackle or a veteran lineman and a nice veteran receiver that's going into like a prime, maybe like 26, 27. They going into their prime years. Like they might have had one contract, they solidified, what they capable of. But we did that before in the past. You gotta make sure that guy really wanna play. But at the same time, I did a little research on on the drafts because if Shador can pan out, because the way it looked when Shador was playing, it just made the offense just look like it had a chance. Like, but I looked at courtesy of CBS Sports, I looked up they mock draft, and they at the current time they got us slated to be the second pick in the draft. So I looked up the linemen in the top. It wasn't too many linemen that was rated high enough to take with the second pick, but we got 2 picks, and the second pick would have been it's supposedly going to be the 19th pick. So I did a little research. Cornell Tate, if if we literally number 2, even though I think we still have a decent receiving corps, but I think Judy contract might or do we got another year? But Tillman, I think Tillman coming up for because he was a late round pick, so you only get like 4 years. Um, Bond, I think that was a good pickup. It's just he ain't had Dylan don't throw the ball deep, so that's Bond game. Run he gonna he gonna be the guy that beat him over top because he fast. Judy, he good enough to be a 1, but he gotta you gotta put him in the game to make him feel himself. Like he gotta be he gotta be involved. Tillman, he cool, he a big guy, you know, but if we really get number 2, or if we pick high enough, if we in the draft and our pick is high enough, and Tate is still there, you take Tate. But then I did my research. It's a guy, Jordan Tyson. I think he's from Arizona State. He he a good receiver too. Like from looking at some of his film, he got a nice game too going on. Let me pull up some of this film. Okay, this is Franklin University. They just got a free shout out.
And big shoes to fill with Cam Scatterbo now in the NFL. Looking for the corner and a catch. Touchdown ASU. Second for Jordan Tyson tonight.
Yeah, you have to take a look at some of this.
You can turn and go up and go get it. But when you drop it over the shoulder like that, right in the bucket, outside shoulder, take some concentration, take some talent, take some skill. Tyson has all of the above, and he keeps his foot in. This looks good on both of their resumes, Ty and Ty.
Well, I am sorry. Arizona State, this is a layup pitch and catch for Sam Levitt, Jordan Tyson. Beautiful play call and fantastic execution. Gets the night two. Play fit, going vertical. Tyson the target. Oh, contested catch for two. One of the best in college football. Gets the night started in Tempe. Levitt's playing Frogger back there. Oh, he found Tyson. Got it. Outrageous.
He might not be there at 19, but I was looking at some linemen, and it's crazy. I was listening to the local radio earlier, and they picked the same lineman I did. I'm like, man, so, but I guess it was Lona from Utah and then Proctor from Alabama. I think Proctor is a right tackle. Lona is the right tackle too. No, Lona a right tackle. Then they got a couple more, but some of these to be available for based off of what they had them ranked in the top 100. So what I was doing was I was going to see where they was ranked in the top 100 and where we were supposed to pick, so I could kind of do they value of like if they worth picking if we were to have them picked. But the number 19, you go receiver. Depending on if you go get Cardinal Tate. Bam. You got a solid. He ain't gonna start off the season number one, but eventually he gonna be your number one receiver. He doing the 2 feet, all of that college. You ain't even got to do that, but that's how me and my boy we was young. We used to practice catching the ball with 2 feet in Muni League. Like we going to the NFL, bro. But that's how I was thinking. Then but yeah, pick 34. It's a couple of tackles that'll be available, but I'm still thinking if we get either Carnell Tate or Jordan Tyson, that's cool. But if we get a lower pick and maybe them two gone, it's a guy from Kansas State, David Boston. Let me let y'all see. He remind me of a what's the guy that played for Seattle. He played for Seattle. Oh, I typed up David Boston. Big Dave. That basically letting you know if we get that Ohio State receiver, most Ohio State receivers they max out, boy. But let me show y'all what this boy Denzel Washington look.
At the NFL level. That is what we will be discussing in today's video. But hey guys, if you guys are new to the channel, consider hitting that like and subscribe button. It helps me out a ton and lets me know that you guys enjoy the videos and gets this video out to more NFL draft fans just like yourselves. Comment down below which prospects you.
Yeah, that was a little sloppy right there, but shout out to J Watt Gridiron. Yeah, y'all got to take a look at Boston. I said some other. I should have went to some of his other video, but see, go get it. You got to go get it. Run after the catch. He ain't got the breakaway speed, but he fast enough. But I'm only mentioning him because he's like the 39th ranked prospect. So we'll have picked 34 if we so called got picked 2. So that's a good pickup. There's a couple of tackles that'll be available. So then that's the owner. You got Gooseby from Texas. Cause I'm really thinking lineman. Boston only if we don't pick as high as we do. If we lower in the pick and it's still a solid receiver, then you get one of the receivers first. But if not, you just go lineman, then you get a receiver. Then you go on and get you another lineman. We at pick 66, you got Caden Green from Missouri. He's the 58th prospect. You might trade up because we got like 3, 5, 5th round picks. But then we might need a cornerback. So we got this Brandon Rise from South Carolina. He is the 66th ranked player, so he might still be there. Then I'm only going on the top 100. Then we got the 90. Then if we fall at 2, then we had a 98th pick. There's another lineman there, Trey Zoo from Texas A&M. I'm going lineman because the defense set. You might have to just throw in a few little young pieces, like I say, a cornerback, maybe another safety. But we going lineman. We gonna get us a receiver. We gonna get it because we got a receiving core. We just gotta have a quarterback that throw it to him. Cause we got the tight end, the Joku probably gonna get a nice little extension just to keep him around because he a solid vet. Fanning the man. But if you get a top receiver too to match him with him, then you probably still got Judy. You Groom, Ford, and I always like the Thrash. He just needs somebody that can throw it to him. Tillman, a big body. He just injured. He kind of injury prone. But yeah, I'm going receiver. I'm picking lineman crazy. And then with Shador, he never had a running back. That's what the Emory Hunt dude. But he was picking the same dude. But he made that statement, and I remember they saying the Shador never had a running game. At he never had the running game at Jackson State or Colorado. And Junkins a beast. Junkins moving forward. Like even if he get tackled, if he lose a yard, it's because he got gang tackled in the backfield. Junkins move. He falls forward every time he run. He's still falling forward even after tackle for a loss. But yeah, Shador give you more hope. He give you more hope because he going down the field. And once they design the game plan for him and his abilities, oh man, he need to learn to do his little few check downs and don't lock in on the receivers. And please, Shador, don't drift back, man. Stand tall. Run to. I'd rather for you to run from side to side than backwards, or step up. Don't step. Now, if you gotta step backwards, if it's just cause and effect, that's different. But to just be drifting back because you're looking for a receiver, you in the NFL, you really only get a max like 5 to 6 seconds to get the pass off. But yeah, man, I'm going lineman. I'm going lineman. I'm trying to get as many good linemen because we got a few good linemen, but you got um okay, Zyder, he might but I seen a picture of Zyder today. He practicing. Was Teller, he gonna be looking for a contract. He older though, but dang, what's my one guy, man? How I forget his name, man? Batonio. Batonio probably gonna retire. Cause he was gonna retire this year. So we don't really know how that's gonna play out. DeJuan Jones seemed injury prone, but I'm saying stack up on them linemen. At least get 3 linemen this draft. At least 3. 2 of them in the top 100. 2 of them in the top 100. Then you just pick out the best available with the rest of the picks. Because if you could go, even if we don't get that high of a pick, if you could kind of go off of this diagram I got, and then you still got 3/5, a 6, and a 7, you could go find you at least some special team players, some people that contribute that's willing to throw their body out there on special teams. You know what I'm saying? But Shador Sunday and his prime is afternoon game, 4 o'clock. So yeah, it's time, man. It's the perfect time, man. How does Shador be saying? The perfect time, man. Let me see. I'm gonna play. I know I got it somewhere. I got it somewhere. Gotta play that perfect time, man. they won't they won't let me play it at the same
Got them baguettes up on my neck and stay shining. It's never hot around my jewelry, chasing climbing. I went and got that new Maybach, I stayed grinding. They told me bust out my AP, perfect timing. Got them baguettes up on my neck and stay shining. It's never hot around my jewelry.
Shador Sanders, man. That's our future, man. That's our quarterback. He even just looking at him in the game playing, man, the way he was moving. Cause as a quarterback, you could run the play, but as a quarterback, you the main attraction. The starring role. So you might have to improv in the mix of chaos. So if the play design ain't there, you might have to drift back to get the ball where you trying. But I watching Shador is way more exciting than watching Dylan Gabriel. That's all I know. before I get up out of here. Oh, I must have accidentally hit that echo. Yeah, before I get up out of here. Shout out our sponsor. Brown Financial Freedom Legacy. Need assistance on investment opportunities? They can help you with that. Money Matters. Hashtag Money Matters. Send emails to sportsc216podcast@outlook.com for contact information. Serious inquiries only, please. That's Brown Financial Freedom Legacy. Make sure you write down that number 216-716-3005 so the next time we go live, you know how to engage. You can also comment, chat if we Facebook Live, Twitter, Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. Make sure you like and subscribe, become a member on Patreon. And with that, it's a wrap. From the Sports Corner, from the 216. Appreciate you all, the energy. Make sure you tap in, same time, same corner, same 216. Stay blessed, stay loud, and all. And as always, welcome to the corner, literally.